What's up, y'all? It's your boy AKIL DASAN. I'm over here repping for MNN, you know what I'm saying, and my man AD. You know
Pirate Radio TV all day.
Pirate Radio TV, so, you know what I'm saying, you know what it is. It's the A-K I to the L, put it all together, and what does it spell? AKIL. Good music.
Exactly.
You know what?
Good enough.
You know, that's what it comes down to, right? Like, whether you have that internal critic on in just the right way, you know what I mean? So that, you know, you're in touch with what you actually feel, you know? Like, if it's good, then it's good. And that's it, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter what you call it, you know what I mean? You can take samples from any genre in hip-hop and make it sound good, you know? I mean, you don't even have to stay in 4/4 time. You could really switch it up. There's so many different directions you can go. What it all comes down to is it good? You know, a lot of times when I listen to art, or look at it or whatever, experience art, I judge it like on a 2-tier scale, really. And it's pretty simple. Can I do it? It doesn't move me. You know what I mean? If it could do either one, like, I appreciate it. You know what I mean? Because you know, even if I could do something, if it moves me, you know what I mean? There's something about, like, the simplicity of something that's simple and moves you, you know? And then, you know, if you can't do it, then at least you gotta respect it. You know, I really like play on all types of music. Like, I mean, of course I'm limited by my main instrument, which is the guitar. You know what I mean? But I don't really, I try not to, like, let anything limit me. You know, like, I can get down without my guitar. I think that's also kind of how the beatbox went down in my life. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you don't got a guitar. You know what I'm saying? Or like, you know, whatever. You got a beatbox. There's certain things about music people can't never take away from you. Of course I love hip hop, you know what I mean? I guess you could see, like, this is how my musical development happened. I'll just break it down. Like, that way it'll be clear, you know? For all of y'all that don't know, you know what I'm saying? My pop is black and white, and my mom is Jewish, you know what I'm saying? And I'm a human being, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not ashamed to be what I am and to who I am, and I shouldn't be, you know what I'm saying? And when it comes to music, that opened up my mind, you know, because that means I can listen to whatever I want, not just what people tell me are ethnically supposed to be mine, and that's the only thing I'm supposed to like, you know what I mean? I found out a lot of interesting things about my family when I was, like, talking to my mom and my pop. My grandfather was a classical piano player, and I'm talking about my black grandfather on my father's side, you know what I'm saying? He went to Hampton Institute in Virginia, and was one of the first African Americans to study in Juilliard, you know what I'm saying? Back before it was called Juilliard. He used to study at Eastman College of Music. Anyway, I've never met my grandfather, you know, but just that idea in itself, like, you think of, like, a black piano player in the 40s, you know what I mean? You assume what kind of music he would play, you know what I mean? But my grandfather played whatever music he would choose, you know, all different types, you know. And so I felt like, you know, I could choose whatever music that I like, you know, and it just so happens that I like it all. You know, I like it all because I understand that humanity is a big, like, human family. You know what I'm saying? And these are just all different branches of our family tree. And why not just enjoy them? You know? Man, I've been all over and all around. I was on a reality show a while back, the Missy Elliott Show, and I was on. Wow, man, I've been on so many things. I was on 2 tours with Us 3. Which is a hip-hop jazz band out in Europe. We went everywhere with them. I was on tour with Kevin Michael. We did the Maroon 5 tour, the Lily Allen tour, did a national radio tour with Kevin Michael on Downtown Atlantic Records, which is Gnarls Barkley's label. Man, we've done a bunch of, like, commercials, you know, scored some movies, played at a lot of weddings. I rock on the subway train, you know what I'm saying, when I gotta help friends out and when I gotta help myself out, because, you know, sometimes you just ain't doing nothing for a night and you're like, you know what, I want to make a quick $100, so let's hit it up for 2 hours, you know what I'm saying? Well, I think there's 2 things. First thing is, I think, learn as much as you can, and I mean that in a general sense about everything, because the better your work is, the less work you'll have to do. You know what I'm saying? You know, part of getting out there and getting noticed is having something that's worth noticing, you know? So if you constantly are working to better yourself, you know, people are going to respect that and they're going to respond, and you have it within you to achieve your dream. So learn and don't be afraid to learn, which means read books, ask questions, you know, do what you have to do, okay, and do what you love, you know what I'm saying? Because if you do it and you love it, then you're gonna stay motivated. In terms of the second thing is, I guess, you know, learning is actually part of the second thing too. The practical side of getting out and getting noticed means doing what? Going to auditions, you know what I'm saying? So that means you have to handle rejection, because you're not gonna get everyone, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying, go out to auditions, learn as much as you can about the internet and in terms of networking. The better your network is, the more people you know, the more opportunities you can have, right? You know, mass media helps. So the TV, the radio, if you see an opportunity like that, you know, go for it. If you see a camera, you know, there's certain places where there's always a camera. Times Square. There's always a camera out there. I bet you could go out there for a day and just be in something. You know? Whenever you see a camera, ask the people who are filming, what are you filming for? Can I do something? If you really, you know what I'm saying? If you play guitar, always have your guitar with you. If you sing, have a song that you can sing on the spot that'll impress somebody, right? If you rap, be prepared, you know, to back it up, you know what I'm saying? If somebody want to battle you, make sure your freestyle game is alright, so at least you can hang, right? And just, you know, study your craft. So, I think that's about it.
Much love, AKIL DASAN, Pirate Radio TV.
Check me out.
Yeah, check them out.
AKILDASAN.com.
AKILDASAN.com.
That's what it is.
And what's the YouTube page, real quick?
It's YouTube/AKIL DASAN, AKILDASAN.
Exactly.
And Dasani, the water company. I'm waiting for y'all to holler at you. What's up? I'm missing the eye. So what?